Hi Libra, it's Mary with Sayre Seer. Thanks for stopping by. This is your weekly tarot. Actually, got them all done before the 1st. For the 1st of January to the 7th, 2020. Welcome to a new decade. I think we should buckle up. I really think we should. Can't imagine, but here's just a little bit of a picture for you. I pulled the Enchanted Tarot, a card from the Enchanted Tarot. This card is Details, Details. So, I need to read this because it's important. Heed the gentle warning that perfectionism will not lead you to what you desire, but instead steer you away from it. Nothing will be good enough when you become obsessed with being perfect. No one can ever measure up to your scrutiny, and nothing that you can ever do will assuage that general feeling of not being up to par. You're perfectly perfect just as you are. This card, when it's reversed, challenges you to accept things as they are in all their imperfections, to step into the world and engage in it without any expectations. You are exactly where you need to be. Interesting, huh? Yeah, I relate to that one too. Oh, I have Libra Moon. Okay. Yeah. You know, it's like finding treasures in the most unusual places that we didn't think we could find them in. But we weren't expecting it, so there it is. Lessons from people we couldn't imagine that would. And the other thing is meeting people and thinking they're perfect and then finding out, well, they're just not. But seeing through illusion, you know, and taking the time to know somebody. Taking the time to see beneath what looks like a perfect presentation. So sorry. So I have Judgment reversed. This is about a cycle that keeps repeating. Like the lesson is not being learned, like there's something we're missing. Okay? Then I have the Nine of Swords reversed. But wanting to get out of the energy of thinking, you know, the sleepless nights, the stress. It's like this frustration, stress, and worry. Wanting to put that behind us. Wanting to release the burdens, 10 of Wands. It's still there. There's an effort, but it's still there. So it's still kind of running us, right? 10 of Wands reverses, needing to delegate that and giving the wands back to whoever they belong to, figuratively. You know, sometimes we don't realize what we're carrying around. It may not even be ours. Maybe somebody's idea of what we should be instead of just... Because also, those would change. Maybe they're outdated. Ideas of what life should be, this should be, that should be. Instead of... If we can accept things as they are, like this card was saying, we can start from that place, that baseline, instead of something old. Knight of Wands reversed. So this is kind of like the player energy, you know, like non-commitment, running, going in and out. And people read this different. As a reader, when it's reversed, it reminds me of a player energy, somebody that doesn't want to commit or just doesn't want to bother, you know. So 6 of Wands reversed, and this has not led to success. This trend, this way, it's actually blocked success. It's, you know, it kind of is like, well, this would make me happy, and then it doesn't. You know, that's the way that feels. 3 of Swords reversed is about all the tears we cry when we're heartbroken. But this is healing it. So it's kind of like maybe being to the point where, okay, so sorry, so sorry. Being to the point where knowing it's time to work through what needs to be, because just tired of being stuck in this pattern. This is going round and round. Okay, now what do I need to change? Now what do I need to change? Because we know how analytical you are. Ten of Swords. Well, let's talk about the swords in our back. Let's talk about the betrayal, the pain. This is a cycle that's been going on a while. Because long enough to have 10 swords in our back, right? But it is the end of the cycle. Knight of Swords says, what's the truth here? What do I need to do? This is a swift energy. It's movement. Okay, I need to make a change here. What do I need to do? Where's the truth? Where's my truth? This is air energy. Coming in with the Sword of Truth. What do I need to cut out, change? Page of Cups. So, this is a small offer of love, a small offer of emotion. But and in some readings, this might be an apology from someone else, but it doesn't feel like it's about someone else, Libra, because this is your cycle. Because when we have repeating cycles, a common theme is us. This may be something that's not easy to face. Maybe the offers in love haven't been substantial enough for us to accept. That they were really smaller than we realized. Could be also an offer to ourselves to love ourselves enough to make the change. Okay? We always have multiple layers, you know? So Nine of Swords reverse is I need to leave this energy behind, get out of this. Eight of Swords upright, I don't know what to do. Still anxious about it. Know I need to leave it behind, but unable to do that. Still feeling imprisoned. But I've tried this, and this. It's like tucking ourselves out of it. It's that perfection thing. If we went with the flow and we said, what do I need to see? What am I missing? What is my lesson? Why am I here? Remember it said you're exactly where you need to be. Why am I here? How does this serve me? Might be a way to shift it into a place of hope. Because this is something that you're supposed to get past. No big deal. Just look at it. No big deal. I got this. I don't know how, but I know I got this, right? Queen of Pentacles. Well, Queen of Pentacles. This is the perfect wife, perfect mom. If this is about you just embracing this energy, you know, I know I'm a good person. I know I'm a good wife, good mom. You know, I nurture my children. I can plant a garden. I keep the house. You know, I know who I am. If somebody else is thinking about them in that way, they could be an earth sign, but it could be you embracing the earth energy of being grounded, of knowing who you are, knowing how to approach this, knowing that you're a reasonable person, and that it's just something you've missed. Like, no big deal, okay? Two of Cups. Well, this is somebody you thought you loved, somebody you thought you would be with forever, and then it doesn't turn out that way. How could this have gone so wrong? And if the Queen of Pentacles is representing the opposite person, somebody that you're involved with, could be an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, it doesn't have to be. But either way, when this is reversed, it's a need to see things as they are and balance the energies in yourself, the feminine, the divine feminine, masculine within yourself, so you can give those things to yourself. Because Libra it is about your own balance is so important for you. I thought that was a Gemini thing, needing to balance my energies, but because my moon is in Libra, I think that it's a Libra thing. Because when my energies aren't balanced, I'm just crap. I tell you. I mean, it's scary. I mean, so something to think about. Ten of Wands reversed. Well, needing to release that burdens, but there they are. They're still there. I got a couple cards there. Okay, Seven of Cups. Not knowing what to choose, okay? Not knowing what to choose. There's an illusion here of what about love. There's the burdens about the past, about what you chose, but you weren't sure. Let's get more information on that. Ace of Cups. Yeah. It's because it starts with self-love. Loving yourself. Okay? Loving yourself. Embracing this Queen of Pentacles energy, grounded. What do you know? Who are you? Who are you first? Who's a constant person there? Don't let anybody take that away. Because you know, because it was saying you're perfect the way you are. There's a reason you're this way. There's a reason you're this way, and it shouldn't be about you conforming or making something perfect. Right? Ace of Cups. This is you're being given the divine love for yourself first. From the divine to you, so you can give to others. But it's got to start there. You can't look for it in other people if you can't give it to yourself. I mean, you can, but that creates those patterns where we're looking outside of ourselves. And so, maybe getting out of that protection mode. This is Four of Pentacles reversed. But this is also about financial loss. So, it seems like it's either or, right? It doesn't have to be. These are patterns that can be changed, flipped, whatever. It doesn't have to be love or money. It doesn't have to be exposed or protected. Boundaries are important. And looking at things will help you set boundaries. Who's the most important? If somebody can't deal with your boundaries, then, well, maybe they just can't deal with you. Maybe that should be something. It's about respect. Do you respect other people's boundaries? Okay. Knight of Wands is about, it's kind of like that player energy, right? Or no energy at all to move forward. No passion. Then I have the Ten of Cups. How does this come into play with the Ten of Cups? The happy, successful family. Two of Swords, reverse. Seeing how decisions affected the happiness in home and family. King of Swords, reverse. That, I think this is Libra too, King of Swords. Any air sign though, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. King of Swords is somebody that's educated, could be in a place of authority or power. Somebody that takes it kind of is abusive with it, okay? So, could be when this person wants to do what they want to do and get away with things, then they manipulate others to get there. And they can't decide if they want to stay or go, they might take it out on other people. And that, but there's this happy family here. I don't know if there's, okay. It's like, this is the illusion of what it looks like from the outside, or what somebody thinks it is on the outside, but there's still all this stuff going on behind. It's like nobody's really happy. That's the way it feels. Nobody's really happy because there's all this stuff always going on behind. And that's a blanket statement. That does not serve. Does not serve. And it's not always true. Sure, there's people that walk around in their own facades, and a lot of people know that. A lot of people can see through that illusion. That illusion does not make a happy family, and is not the way people live. Not people that want something better, not people that are spiritually connected. And I'm not making a judgment. I'm just saying that that's an old way, an outdated way of looking at life in the way that we feel like we're powerless, and we know we're not powerless, especially now. Okay, Six of Wands now. This is no success, you know. It's like success being blocked because of this cycle. The sun, there's still shadows. Things need to come out in the open. You know, we need to dig and uncover that stuff that's holding us back. Because success wants to come. A happy family, it is here. But it doesn't have to be unhappy in the background. It doesn't have to be. Hey, and things could look not so perfect on the outside and be incredibly satisfying inside. So, it's that perfection thing again. Four of Wands, reversed. This is broken relationships and family and home life and stability. Five of Swords is arguments. Arguments because somebody wants to be right. Arguments in our mind, therefore we bring them on the outside. Tormented inside and we bring it on the outside. This is that King of Swords energy reversed, causing conflict. But somebody's got the truth on their side here. Somebody, and this is a lot of air energy, which is good. Yeah. So, somebody knows the truth. We, you know, sometimes we have to look at our own actions, and sometimes it's not always pretty. I'm not saying this is you, I don't know, your story. But I've had to look at some of my actions, and they haven't been pretty too. So, Three of Swords reversed. It's healing the broken heart, saying, I don't want to be the fool anymore, fool reversed. How do I move forward without taking the same steps over and over? Same cycles over and over. That's a great question. King of Cups reversed. Balance the emotions. Balance the emotions. If our emotions are not balanced, we don't have anything. Even if we're Libra or air signs. Emotions always have to be balanced. Yep. Because emotions are everything. A lot of people do things based on emotions. Trigger. Boom. Okay. Got to get those in check. This also speaks of, you know, sometimes emotions stay unbalanced because of addiction or any kind of obsessive thinking, something that's taking us away from ourselves, like looking outside of ourselves for satisfaction or happiness or perfection. Okay. You know how we love four-leaf clovers. This is also somebody that can be abusive when they're emotionally imbalanced. So I just need to say water energy, masculine. Okay. In case that applies to anybody. I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry that I was saying before that. Interesting. Death is putting an end to this type of thinking, putting an end to this cycle. And you know what? This is interesting. See this card? See that woman on the bottom? She's trying to tempt this person back into the old ways. Oh, I was talking about perfection. Thank you. You're screaming at me. Excuse me. So, let me go with this first, and then I'll go back to the perfection. She's trying to bait this person back. How many times have you gone back to whatever it was that was holding you back? Okay, the old way of thinking, old family, going around addiction, something. Might be important to have a plan for that. When you're feeling emotionally unstable, whatever that trigger is that would have taken you there. Try to get a heads up thing where you do something. If it's certain people, have a plan if you have to be around them. A timer? Something. Have a plan. Build in success from the beginning. Okay? If it's a weakness, building the success. Okay? Other thing, talking about imperfection. Okay? So, you know how people look for four-leaf clovers because they're lucky. Sometimes imperfections are lucky. The thing I like most about people are their imperfections. Like my daughter, she gets laughing, she snorkels, and it cracks me up. And things like that are endearing about people. Those are the things we remember when they're gone. Imperfections are beautiful. Perfectly imperfect. Okay? All right, we got 20 minutes here. I don't think we need a whole lot. I think this is a lot of work here. Talked about the balance. We're going to just finish this off and let's go party. So, Archer, the Eye of the Soul Oracle. What does your soul want to say? Embrace the three worlds. I'm going to have to get this one because I don't remember it. Hang on a minute. Oh, okay. I'm going to stop it for a second. Synchronicities just blow my mind. Okay. Embrace the three worlds. Okay. You see there's a path behind him. Those are like those stones in England, or those, what is this called? I hate when I do that. You guys know. I always know when I'm on the other side of these. Where those stones are in a circle. Gosh darn it. Anyway. Embrace the three worlds. Hedge something. I'll get it before we're done. So. Expanded meaning is incorporate a balanced judgment. Look from the viewpoint of three perspectives. From three perspectives. You guys are laughing at me. Underworld, middle world, and upper world in making decisions. That's interesting. Stonehenge. Thank you. The visions of this painting concerns the dawning of the Celtic shamanism and the contemporary revival of the Western mystery traditions. The painting combines the archetypes of the male creature figures in the Green Man, the Green Knight, and the Cernunnos, antlers which were considered a sign of divinity by the ancient cultures because they reached upwards towards the heavens. In this image, the antlers span and embrace the three worlds of the Celtic shaman. Ooh, that's cool. The upper world, or the heavenly realms, the middle world, or terrestrial realms, and the underworld, or other worldly realms. Entrances into these are pictured through the portals in the background. Okay. Stonehenge. Oh yeah. So there's the earthly world, there's the underworld, and there's the heavens. So, different perspectives are necessary. I think learning to just stop yourself to rethink something is a nice thing to do. It's good. And it does change our perspective. So, Libra. I appreciate you appreciating my quirkiness and love you all dearly. Thank you for an incredible year. And I'm looking forward to 2020 big time. Take care.